All right, Tobias. Just watch Man City versus Spurs or Spurs Man City. First time Man City have beaten Spurs at their new stadium. Are Spurs really a top six club though? Are they? What are the credentials for you for a top six club? Because in my opinion, I don't see the credentials for Spurs being a top six club.
Well, if we say, I think it's are they a top club? Because top six club, they're just in it by default because they're the best six
Okay.
team out there, or if you know what I mean. But they haven't they haven't produced anything. Levy and Joe Lewis have worked an absolute miracle job by making everyone believe that they're a big side and a top club,
Without doing anything.
and basically being the old school Brighton,
Mm,
selling off their best players and producing some great players, the
mm,
Bales, the Modrics, the Berbatovs, the Carricks,
mm,
the Campbells. So
mm,
the Carl Walkers you see today,
mm.
Trippier you can even throw in
Yeah,
them. So
yeah.
they've had some beastly teams.
Dembele gone.
Dembele,
Yeah. Mm,
so Vertonghen and
yeah.
Alderweireld.
Emerald. Yeah, that's a serious team. You know, they have
Like,
on the other side.
it's as much as I don't rate Lloris like that, but they had Lloris there,
Harry Kane. I
Harry
forgot Harry.
Kane.
Mm,
So they've had it just hasn't come together. But they've done miracles. I think they had Harry there, great talker.
mm.
Then they've had some big managers in recent years in terms of the Contes and the Mourinhos, and so it's kept them relevant.
Is it a
Um,
is it a mentality thing of the club? Because even for example, I will go. I want to stay with Spurs, but let's say Manchester United. Yes, Manchester United are not in the best place right now, but you know they're a big club because they always nick a trophy. Chelsea the same thing. Chelsea having a terrible season, but they're in a cup final, and that's the difference. What top clubs do, they still pick up trophies here and there and play big games here and there, even if they're not having the best of times.
yeah, I don't think anyone looks at Tottenham as a big club, really.
Yeah,
Only
I don't.
unless you're a
Never have.
Tottenham fan. And
Mm,
the only relevance is that they're in London. Let's be
mm,
honest.
mm,
If they were a Midlands team, no one be talking about.
mm,
Um, it just suits right now. Obviously, that with the emergence of the Newcastles, etc.,
mm.
and Aston Villa
Villa.
coming back,
Mm,
that that position is now back open.
mm.
And now, and that could be United ain't going to fall out of it because
No,
they
never,
made the
never.
papers regardless,
Yeah.
win, lose or draw.
Mm,
Currently, because it's recent history. But if you go from old school history and you're looking at the Aston Villa, if Aston Villa can do something about themselves,
it could be a
they
top six.
easily replace Tottenham.
Mm.
Like if they can keep top four or Europe consistent for a couple of seasons, they overtake Tottenham because
Okay, if Aston Villa win the Conference League, should they overtake Tottenham then and say they're the sixth best, biggest club if they win the Conference League?
well, I think history wise, I don't think you can argue. It's just Premier League years, isn't it?
Mm.
That if we're talking about Premier League, then that's where everyone goes to.
Because with Tottenham, for me, I would say if you're going to say they're a top six club, they're a top six club in the sense of the way they've ran. Daniel Levy, you might not like him, but he's ran the club well. He's built arguably the best stadium in Europe, and they've also got the best training facilities in Europe. That maybe makes them top six club. But what to me, what doesn't make them a top six club is that you've won one trophy in 23 years. Top six clubs don't do that. You pick up trophies every 2, 3, 4 years, five max, 5 years. The teams they've had some great sides in a sense of that team under Pochettino when they had Dembele, Dele Alli, Son, Kane, Walker, Alderweireld. You can go on and on. It was a great side, and it let Leicester win the league ahead of them. That's what I'm saying. They let Leicester win the league. I think as a club, they've never had the mentality of a big club. Big clubs with that type of players would have won that league ahead of Leicester. Even like we've said it. when we were growing up, we never considered Spurs a big club. There was a club that Arsenal always used to batter when they used to play when they had the invincible years, where Man United used to give them that work all the
No,
time.
you used to love turning up at
Look,
that.
I'm
That's
telling
a
you,
while lane.
Chelsea players were calling it 3-point lane. That's the disrespect they used to get at Spurs. So in my lifetime, I never think Spurs, no disrespect to Spurs. To me, I've never seen them as a big club. I think they're just in there, like you said, by default, because they're at a trophy again. I know Andrew's doing good stuff there. The fans are like his style of football. They're liking the attacking intent, and it is good to watch. Arguably the most easy on the eye team to watch. I liked watching them.
But they'll give you a chance.
There you go. They
Right.
always give you a chance, but at
They
the end
will
of the
give
day,
you a couple of chances.
and that's why I like them. They remind me of when Jurgen Klopp, when Klopp had Liverpool, where you would watch them. It's a bit of carnage, loads of goals, loads of goal mouth action. Teams are scoring, your team's scoring. But at the end of the day, he's not going to win a trophy in his first year like all the other managers. So why are they considered a top 6 club? Should it just be a top 5 club? Top 5 league?
Well, from infrastructure wise, if you're just saying that they've got the best stadium now, they've got one of the best training facilities, then they've built up their infrastructure. Now it's the next step, isn't it? If they've put in this plan, and let's say it was a 20, 30-year plan, then they're at the latter end of that plan. What kills Tottenham is that in recent years, the best time they had to win a trophy was when Mourinho was there and they sacked him the game prior, wasn't it? It was just the weekend or whatever it was. That was just craziness because it was a League Cup. Yeah, what it be?
Do you think Daniel Levy done that on purpose because he didn't want to have Mourinho over him in the sense of he won the trophy? If he'd have won,
it's definitely got to be an ego thing.
Yeah, it has to be.
You got to respect it. To be fair.
Yeah, straight. That's what I said about Daniel Levy. I think you like or loathe him. You don't want him as your chairman, but he runs the club well. The biggest turnover out there, the biggest turnover of all the London clubs.
Yeah, but then
money, but they don't have the team to represent that turnover.
You understand, isn't it? Like, yeah, you could have a well-run club, but you take a trophy.
Yeah, straight.
Like Wigan are where they are now, but they've got an FA Cup.
Yeah, they've got a trophy before you guys.
That's them fans will hold on to that.
The
Tottenham fans are going to hold on to Champions League final loss.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the claim to fame, or beating Arsenal to top 4.
It's just L's.
That's all it is. That's all it is. But currently they're doing decent things in the transfer market. You got to say recently, I think this transfer window and the last transfer window and that defender they nicked off, Bayern was it?
Van der Ven.
No, but Van der Ven looks decent, by the way.
He's very good. Very good.
So, but they've had a decent couple of windows. So it's time coming for Tottenham. Your time could be slipping away with the loss of Klopp now, and there could be time for newbies out here. You know,
Angeball,
Angeball, mate.
All right, guys.
Tennis. This is what we're watching nowadays, man. It's just it doesn't matter how it. Did you not see the mistakes from Højbjerg? How were they not punished? At least the De Bruyne one had to punish him. But that can't be acceptable. We can't be just giving away chances like that. The chances that I get given away, just like, come on, man, we can't be doing this.
But Tobias, but no disrespect, I think Spurs would be happy just playing good football. I don't, like I said, I'm no disrespect to Spurs, but Spurs are not a big club that win trophies after trophies and win big trophies or big prizes. I think for Spurs fans to be happy is that if they play good football. They play good football, enjoyable football, might get top 4, might get Europa League, and hopefully win a Carabao Cup or a FA Cup. And I think they'll be happy.
Them man that turn up every week, then, isn't it?
Yeah, straight.
That's real.
Yeah, that's real. I think that's it. I don't think a Spurs fan can come out and say, you know what, I want to win the league. I want to see us win the league or win Europa League or win the Champions League. I don't think the mentality of the club's there to win. I don't think everybody's there to win. I think they're happy to play top four, hopefully nick a trophy, and everybody's happy, and the club
But the
runs.
owners must be there to win now. If we're saying that they've, yes, I get the stadium generates money everywhere because they use it for everything. It's a concert arena, it's
Yeah, for everything.
NFL, like they use it for everything. So, is it just the financial aspect that they done the ground for? Was it to move on to bigger and better things?
Financial
I don't know
aspect.
because. Well, we moan, but we're not backing the man that own the club, own like a fleet of fish and chip shops or something. Do you know what I mean? These are businessmen.
Yeah, straight. And I respect their game. I respect their game.
All they care about is the bottom line. As
Yeah,
long as they're
straight.
hitting the bottom line, then everything else is secondary.
Yeah, straight. And if they've got a club where fans are not that bothered if they don't win a trophy in a sense, and they just play good football, nick top four, might go deep in competitions, as a chairman, you just happy days. That's not very hard to literally plan, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, but then even the Tottenham being cheeky though, being on Levy's neck though.
They are. I think they're asking too much. Like, no Tottenham fan can say that there's been an era where we've been dominant in England and in Europe. They haven't. They're a mid-table really football club with elite infrastructure, but they're a mid-table football club. Since I've been watching the Premier League, they've always been mid-table. They have. They had the odd season when they challenged for the title, couldn't beat Leicester, and they had the best team in the Premier League. Couldn't beat Leicester.
Yeah, there's flirting for that point with Poch, wasn't they? And that's what everyone hangs on to because that love affair with that Poch era is what they die on.
And they talk about that Poch era, but what did they win? Nothing. They won nothing. You had all the top players, but won nothing. So yeah, guys, what do you think? If Spurs are a top 6 club, or should it only be like the top 5? Tobias, last word.
Club out.
We are out.